Hello and welcome to the Geek Spot podcast.
Right, so then I guess I should ask a question so you can answer. So, V, what got you into sci-fi, everything like that? What got you into it?
It's kind of hard to think actually where it started. I know where certain things started, but probably not where the whole love and sci-fi came from, other than liking science to start with. Would probably be a good point.
Science is a good starting point, to be fair.
Yeah. And things being on TV, like, was it How To when we were kids, or was it just How?
Oh, how to, yeah.
Yeah, things like that. So, like, the cool side of science when you're a kid, the random things you can do. And then obviously branching out into TV when you get a bit older.
You made a volcano thing, didn't you?
Volcano thing? No, actually.
Anyway, that apparently all the Americans do.
Oh, I know what you mean now, like the elephant's toothpaste thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, no, didn't do that till I was older. And then made the mistake of doing it with vinegar, so the whole garden smelled like fish and chip shop for about a week. No, I think it was, we did like a young engineering thing at primary school.
Oh yeah, my dad's probably blamed for that.
Yes, and your dad helped us make what I now know that I'm older know as hydraulic bridges. But when we were kids, it was just pretty cool because it was syringes and water and pipes and the bridge we got in.
That's cool.
Yeah. So probably science was the beginning of it. Actual science.
That's very cool.
What about
and
you?
then, of course, that led to your love of Doctor Who.
Yes. Yes, but again, that was an older one that I came across when it came back from the dead. Yeah. So what about you? Where did your love of sci-fi and geekiness and
Well, that all comes from my dad too. Earliest memory really was I had a really bad dream. I used to have bad dreams about fires a lot when I was a kid. And I remember I had a really, really, really bad dream about a fire. And John wasn't even born yet. I've got two siblings, Jacqueline and John. And
if anybody's wondering what that tinkling in the background is, by the way, that's just Princess Leia having a dance.
Yeah, that's just Leia walking about. Yeah. So I remember having a really, really bad dream about a fire. And I went downstairs. And at the time, my dad was ancient to me. My dad's only about 45. And he told me, cuddle up, hun, cuddle up, don't worry. I said, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. That's how young I was because I called him Daddy. He said, don't worry, come and sit and watch telly with Daddy. And then he switched on the telly. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. That was his cure for a bad dream.
That's going to help you sleep.
Yeah. But he was so into Star Trek and sci-fi and stuff. And actually, I can't even remember the episode of the Twilight Zone it was, but since then, totally obsessed.
Yeah, now I'm an adult who's obsessed with like serial killers. Kind of get the whole relaxing thing of the weird stuff's relaxing, the stuff you can't really understand and explain. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're both quite weird. We both are into conspiracy theories and
yeah, we don't go into that because that just starts off in a wormhole by itself.
No, definitely, but I think it's there's a lot of stuff we don't understand out there.
Yeah.
I think sci-fi is a wee bit of. I think you have to be quite intelligent to get sci-fi to understand there might be more.
With that. Yeah, that there has to be some sort of sciencey background. Yeah.
So I think that, if you didn't believe, I mean, I do believe there's other beings out there. I absolutely do. Don't believe they come down, just probe us and have sex with us. So, but
Yeah, I'm more
Yeah.
along like come and see us and go, no, we're not ever going back there again.
yeah, and like we're not ready yet.
Yeah.
We're not evolved enough for them to make
Exactly,
contact.
like-
That's the way I think about it.
Just like in the sci-fi shows, they've maybe have been and they've went, well, they've not actually reached that level yet, so we'll just leave them alone.
Yeah, it's a prime directive, isn't it?
They've not got to that point, so we won't interfere.
Yeah, exactly. Prime directive.
Whereas the Doctor's here every other week. Yeah. I don't know if the like aliens come to attack us or if they just know that the Doctor comes here and just come looking for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine though the Doctor was real. That would be very, very cool.
It would be.
Um,
I mean, there's a lot of things you could, well, now I think there isn't a lot he could have fixed because he's not to interfere. So, yeah. The things that have
but
happened.
we could have had cool, like, police box everywhere.
Yeah, I do miss seeing police boxes, to be honest with you.
Yeah, why did we do away with them? I mean, what actually did happen with them? Did, like, one guy stand in the police box?
Well,
There's a phone.
there was your phone was there, so you could contact the police if something had happened. But also, it was where the policeman could keep his lunch because it was lockable, and where you could put people while you waited for more police to turn up while they were arrested. So if you put somebody in handcuffs and you were on your own, lock them in the box.
Wow, never knew that. I just wondered what the police box was for. So I was like, that's a pretty small kind of police station, to be fair.
Yeah, they did get a bit bigger over time. There's some nice ones that are kind of a long rectangle instead of a square box. Yeah.
You know way too much about police boxes.
So, yeah, my dad did used to have his lunch in one. So
What, really?
yeah, he had his own little police box. Yeah.
That is so cool. I think my dad has lunch in the back of my car. That's what the coolest thing my dad's done.
Oh yeah, I would love a police
awesome.
box. Yeah, just build one in the garden.
Yeah, I was quite chuffed. My dad used to have an Anderson shelter, so police box trumps that definitely.
Yeah, I do like an Anderson shelter as well, though. That's the whole
Somebody
Anderson
stole
heritage.
ours.
What?
Yep, stole it.
That well, yeah, I've heard of sheds being stolen. So yeah, Anderson shelter. Yeah.
I mean, the thing must have been worth a fortune. It was an original Anderson shelter. Stolen.
Well, I hope they put it to good use.
Yeah, for all the, well, I suppose reputing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that corrugated steel is actually going to save you from a nuclear bomb, but who
No,
knows?
you need to dig down quite a good bit.
Yeah, this one's
Yeah.
literally just sat next to the shade.
I always found that those ones a little bit weird. That it's just it's just in the back garden. There's what?
I know, have you ever seen that episode of the Still Game? And she gets pumped in the Anderson shelter.
Oh God, no!
I got pumped in the Anderson shelter. Oh my god.
What was that, Isa?
No, it was the one that Clarendon Bar, please.
Oh, aye. Oh, the wee old woman that just she can't say anything that's
Aye.
airable.
I don't know. Yes, they know us now that we're both weird.
Yeah.
Although we haven't mentioned your big affliction.
Oh, there's a few. You're gonna have to narrow that down.
Your obsession with JFK.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like I've just brought it up. Like it isn't an actual issue.
No, it's no. We're
It really is.
we're still in the bandwagon. It's been at least 3 weeks since I've watched anything JFK related.
How many JFK books do you own?
We'll just ignore that question.
No, we will not.
Oh, well, at least more than at least double figures. We'll just say double figures.
Right. And
I might have a little vinyl pop figure of Jackie Kennedy as well. Yes. The latest.
really?
And she's in a lovely little baby blue, the little pillbox hat as well.
You're not obsessed in the slightest. No. Love it. I love it.
Yeah. What about you?
I think it was me just thinking that I think I saw Nessie once, So that's my claim to fame. But you actually, do you think you know who shot at JFK?
Money would probably be on one of the agencies. You know, the ones with the 3 letters? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that too,
Maybe
actually.
under someone else's orders, but probably one of those
Hmm.
agencies. And that's why we haven't had all the files released. Because nobody's still alive, really.
Yeah,
that
that's
it would
quite
matter
interesting.
to, other than agencies and businesses and things.
But I think, is it 100 years?
So
And
it
then
was-
they have to release everything.
They'd set a time on it, and then the JFK film came out. That caused the whole uproar, and then set out a committee on assassination in America. And they said that the documents would have to be released, I think it was 21 years or something like that. And some got released on that date, and they said, no, we're keeping the rest. And then Trump said, I'm going to let all the documents out. And the day before, I think some of these people had spoke to him and said, no, you're not. So then it got changed again, and a couple of thousand more got let out, and still loads behind. And then Biden has done exactly the same and said, no, we can't let them out. So still no.
It's a bit like Area 51. I mean, why is that not being released of what actually happened there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was the one, was it last year, where they actually admitted there had been a UFO. But that was as much as they said, and then you're left with it all again of, but what does that mean? What do you take from that? What?
Yeah, well, what do you do with the fact that, yes, was a UFO? Fair enough.
Right.
But more info? No.
Yeah. So how do you know? Have you ruled everything out? Like, what are the possibilities? No, sir. Absolutely zip.
No, it's weird.
Yeah.
The American government is actually weird in general. I don't even believe the whole, we'll release stuff after 100 years, that's what we do. Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Look at the blooming Vatican.
Yeah.
It keeps so many secrets.
Yeah. If it's in those vaults, it's in those vaults. It's a bit like Fight Club.
That's it.
Don't talk about it.
It's not seen, it's not heard. That's the way that the Vatican works. There is so many treasures in there that actually is, the property of the human race that they just, nope, ours, don't speak about
And
it.
it makes you wonder more what's in there, which causes more conspiracy theories, because you're thinking, well, there must be something if you're not willing to actually just tell us what's in there.
Totally. We could
Must
call
have
Robert
something to hide.
Yeah, we could call Robert Langdon and actually break in there. It'd be cool.
I just love that scene where she rips the piece of paper and just looking at his face of, oh my God, what did you just do? And then when they get in there and the power cut happens, and he just wrecks the place. It's just, and then the kicks back in as soon as it collapses, and you go, that's just life, really. That's yeah.
100%. I don't know, people think that keeping secrets benefits us in some way.
Yeah.
Whereas actually, I don't think it does. I think having all the information would make people make better choices. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That if you've got everything that's available to you, you're more likely to make a better choice.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So,
And a half story that you're not quite sure if it's true or not, or
yeah, and I mean, the JFK thing to me, don't think Lee Harvey Oswald did it either. To be fair, do think it was kind of orchestrated in some way.
Yeah.
I think he was probably the fall guy,
Yeah.
but no way to prove it.
No. One of
Well,
those
not now,
ones that
anyway.
time's passed
Yeah.
that much that and there's probably been that much destroyed or changed or
Stuff like, people going about the queen that killed Princess Di. Probably planned it, but don't think they actually did it. Think that was a total freak accident.
it's one of those ones that it's such a freak accident that your brain goes in overdrive of. I mean, she's a princess, she couldn't just die in a car crash.
Exactly. No, so I think that they would have planned it. Definitely, they hated her, but they wouldn't have done it that way. So I think, and then loads of people, the queen killed the princess. Nah, I don't think she did. I think that was actually just a freak accident. But in a tunnel, nah.
Did you ever watch the political programme in America called Scandal?
I haven't actually watched that, no.
Well, it's fabulous. Olivia Pope is like an idol.
I know who that is. Oh, I have seen bits of it.
So there's, I want to say it's maybe season 3 or 4, and she obviously deals with political scandals, cover-ups, things like that. And I was like, I've maybe only watched it 3 times because it's an episode I just can't take because it's like, how many years has it been since Princess Diana died? I mean, it's like 30 years. But the episode was pretty much a rewrite of what had happened. It's the Princess of Caledonia. She is speeding away in a car, is in a car crash, dies at the scene, paparazzi are taking her pictures, and there's this whole scandal of was it the husband, i.e. the prince, or was it the queen that had her killed? And I'm watching it going, oh my God, this is still raw.
No, absolutely. It doesn't actually matter how much time's passed, it's still raw.
Yeah.
To everyone.
It's so scary, spot on. It is like a story from a programme.
No, it is. I remember, my family's not big into, being upset when people die, but I remember my mum physically telling us Princess Diana died today in the car, the 3 of us in the back seat, and then we went and lit candles and put them at the cenotaph.
Yeah.
And we went down there and there's hundreds and hundreds of candles.
It's one of those things that you know where you were when you found out, you know what was happening.
It's a bit like 9/11.
Yeah.
I remember exactly where I was with ex-boyfriend in a study period in an empty class. And it was on the radio and he turned up the radio and the 2 of us just broke into tears.
We were in art class and it was obviously the days of the brick mobile phones. And we'd heard it on the radio because that's one of the bonuses of being in art class, you listen to the radio.
Yeah.
And someone played the national anthem on one of those brick mobile phones because we just didn't know what was going on. Yeah.
It was horrible. I mean, I keep thinking about what would my mum think if she was here today that, this has happened. With a world pandemic, you got locked in.
Yeah.
My mum would never believe that would have happened in the world.
No. And to think all the things that in our 30 odd years that we have been through, it's actually quite scary.
It's bloody terrifying, actually. I don't think, obviously we're very lucky we've not actually been to a proper war yet, touch wood. I think that's probably coming though with Putin. Yeah. But disregarding that, nobody, no ancestor of mine has been locked in their house.
No. Yeah. I mean, the last time would have been the plague. Obviously, they didn't know to stay in the house then.
Yeah.
Your door got daubed with paint and nobody came near you. you could still leave.
Yeah, and we just literally get locked in our house. I mean, I couldn't even imagine if I told my mum that was what was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, she'd be like, "Shut up! Don't be daft. No way that can be a thing."
Yeah.
Just locked in. Just
Your own four
yourself.
walls and that's it. And yourself.
Yeah, and just that. I mean, that's how it came about that I FaceTime my dad every single night. It came from lockdown.
Yep.
And I still do it.
Same here. Me and the cat.
Yeah. Me, Theo, and Clicky Toes Leah. Yeah, just that's what we do. It's good though because it means I stay in contact with him a lot. But at the same time, I get quite anxious if I'm late. I'm like, oh my god, it's 8 o'clock, and I only phone my dad at 7:30. You know, it's also a lot of social pressure on that as well. Like, oh my god, and then my dad messaged me, you're late, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. You wouldn't worry about me this much normally.
Yeah, I suppose it's made people care more in good ways and bad ways.
Yeah, no, and I think it's made me more hyper vigilant too. You know, if I don't hear from my dad, then I worry a lot more than I probably would have beforehand.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm dead in a week. Fine. He's probably playing golf. You know, never worried me, but now I'm like, right, it's been 2 days.
Yeah.
Right, now I'm stressed.
Yep.
It's about putting that in a box, I think. Just compartmentalizing.
Yeah, I think it was that time off almost of not that the world stopped, but the world slowed down quite a lot.
Totally.
So things changed, and then when they went back, it was trying to rejuggle that kind of balance that you've got the goodness of extra family time, etc., but you're then trying to squeeze that into actually getting back to the world's lovely 1,000-mile-an-hour speed.
So you really hadn't heard of a number station before I told you?
Well, I'd heard of it. I'd only heard of it through Scandal again. The spy guy that was in that, when he had to recall all his spies because someone was trying to kill them. Listened on the radio.
Did you not watch Lost?
What's Lost?
Lost, the plane that crashes?
Lost. Well, I started watching Lost.
Oh, for God's sake.
And then I got lost watching Lost, so I gave up.
I got up at 2 a.m. and watched the 2-hour finale.
Oh,
I'm waiting to work.
My God, no. No, I think it was about halfway through season 2, I gave up because there was no answers coming, and I'm an answers kind of gal.
Yeah, that's all about number stations though.
Well, I might have to give it another go then. I'm a bit older. Yeah.
Yes, number stations are quite freaky. Who does that? What did they mean?
Yeah. I suppose when me and my dad were listening to some after we'd been talking about it, I was like, yeah, that is kind of freaky. Like, I've got 7 numbers in front of me. What does that mean? What could that possibly mean to anybody?
It's the fact that they still broadcast today. That is the creepiest thing ever.
And from reading on it, there's more popping up after the invasion of Ukraine.
Really?
Yes, a lot more activity.
Oh, that's cool.
Quite cool, isn't it?
Oh my God, I'm going to be like a number stations bloody weirdo.
The other day I was in local town. I was going to say local town. And I hadn't been there for ages and was parked the car, was walking across the bridge and completely forgot that the bridge went over the railway. Had a train coming, got super excited, but the bridge is quite tall at the side, so you have to kind of jump if you're going to see. So I'm jumping like an absolute tit to see this train for me to then start walking again with a big smile on my face, and a wee old man just looked at me like I'm an utter weirdo.
Yeah, to be fair, I'd look at you like you're a weirdo too, to be fair.
But it was a train.
I mean, I love you, but that's a bit weird.
I mean, it's a train.
Yeah, choo-choo train.
Yeah.
They happen.
I know.
Like a lot. Not really.
Like, it's actually quite exciting because they're knocking down some buildings near where I live. And the buildings are in between where I live and the local railway line. So I'll be able to hear the train
Oh,
soon.
right, that bit. You are like my pet, like as if I've got a pal that's called Sheldon. Seriously. Choo-choo trains, woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I blame Thomas the Tank Engine, but I mean,
Oh, but how horrible is it Henry?
Henry, oh, he's a
Henry's a dick.
yeah. That face says it all, to be honest with you.
Yep.
Always
like
got a
Henry.
complete scowl on it.
Oh, Henry's a total dick.
You know, in fact, it might have been you that told me. Was it you that told me this? I can't remember. The Fat Controller isn't the Fat Controller anymore.
No, he's the stout gentleman.
Yes. He's the Fat
Yeah, I
Controller.
think it's that. Nope, he's the stout gentleman.
Oh, he's the FC. That's
He,
it.
he has gone mad.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was bad when I watched Fire and Sam for 5 minutes and they have a female firewoman. Not dissing that, but I'm dissing the fact that she was the exercise coach.
What? Really? Oh my god. Yeah, the world's gone PC correct.
And you know what? Postman Pat had a helicopter. When did he get that?
I have no idea. When did Postman Pat get a helicopter?
Yeah, he was rescuing it was either a cow or a sheep off the cliff. And I'm going, that's not the postman's job.
No, it's not. Postman Pat had a helicopter. Right. I've heard of airmail, but that's a bit
If
excessive.
I can find it, I will send you it because honestly, I was watching it going, what has happened? I'm used to the wee.
MDS, like, that's weird you watch Postman Pat, and I'm like, no, cool, send me.
No. Yeah, it's cartoons in this house mostly. Like, because now
Mostly.
when I watched the last Doctor Who that was on, I'm going, oh my god, why have you made this so bloody spacey and special effects and crap?
Yeah, it's like when I watch back Brad See now, I cannot watch that.
I
Horrendous.
was watching a bit of Rabsy earlier, and it's got the warm feeling of childhood, but it hasn't aged well.
No, it has not aged
And-
well at all.
It's only really a Scottish person's reference in that I went to university with a lot of American students, and we went on a field trip to Govan. Of all the places you could go on a field trip, we went to Govan, and there was 3 Scottish girls in the class, and everybody else was Canadian or American. And we walked past the job centre, and the 3 Scottish girls were wetting themselves because that was the job centre that Rabsy got kicked out of. And nobody else knew why we were wetting our pants.
Love it. Love it. How do you explain to Americans or Canadians? Yeah, we find this shit funny.
Yeah, there's so many things that are in our comedy, and you go, well.
Just watch some Scotch and Rye before you come out, you'll be fine.
Oh, I miss Reverend I Am Jolly at Hogmanay.
Oh,
I
I
miss him
know.
so much where he's this is some tasty water. Oh, that is because it's gin.
I know, the tasty water. This is great, this tasty water.
Your gin.
I know. Oh, and I love the one, I've got a drinking problem and he keeps throwing in his eye. Oh my god, every time, that's hilarious.
It's
This
just,
is mad how old you get, that's
yep,
hilarious.
that's just. And you know, as soon as the chair starts up, you're like, right, we're in for a good time here.
Yeah, no, I did miss that. He was a good guy, he was.
Thanks for listening to our practice chats. Hope to see you for our first official GeekSpot episode on Thursday, May 25th, which will be a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy special to celebrate Towel Day. So have your towels at the ready and email us any questions in advance to gspotpodcast23@gmail.com. That's gspotpodcast23@gmail.com. Please also follow us at gspotpodcast23 on Twitter and subscribe to our new episodes on Spotify. Bye.